Hey, Mom made waffles. What's going on?
I'm in love with my pen pal. I'm in love with Mike.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brennan McCorkle, and Mike Hike Crawford. What's up, buddy boy?
What up, my guy? How are you this week?
I'm doing all right. I mean, still in some pain, but I'm doing all right. I did find out that my 3-year-old is super fly.
How did you find out that he was super fly?
Because all right, so my 3-year-old Connor, I had the privilege of dropping him off and picking him up from school most days. And there's one day that, like, I pick him up, and as he's leaving, like, everybody's coming and hugging on him. All the little girls are coming and hugging on him, whatever. And then we're going home. I was like, do they hug you a lot? He's like, yeah. They kiss me a lot, too. And I was like, whoa, what? Hang on. So now my 3-year-old who's 4, I just kept saying he was 3, just turned 4. I got to start remembering that. Just turned 4, and now he's all of a sudden, that way he leveled up in maturity, I guess. But this dude is handling it with the grace of, like, Derek Jeter. He is like, I was like, hang on, dude. Do you kiss them? And he was like, a little bit. I was like, well, what does that mean? He's like, well, this one girl, her and I kiss a lot. Basically, and I was like, okay. And he's like, and then this other girl, like, a couple times. And I was like, okay. He's like, no, just the other one I still kiss. I was like, okay, you can't do that, buddy. Can't be kissing at school. You know, you got to keep your hands to yourself, and definitely don't put your lips on anybody. But so then we're kind of digging in a little bit more, and then we're like, okay, who kisses you, Connor? And he's like, oh, all the girls. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, this girl kisses me a lot, which is the one that he said he kisses. And he's like, this other girl that he tried to kiss twice, and he's like, I didn't like it, but she still kisses me. And he's like, whatever. And then he's like, you know, the other ones, sometimes they kiss me, sometimes they don't. I'm like, oh God, okay. So then it's like, we talked to him about it. You know, my wife just lets the director of the school know, like, hey, we talked to him about it, like, you got to keep your hands and lips to yourself or whatever, but, you know, private spaces and all that stuff. But just want to let you know what's going on.
Told to everybody, because it's a monkey see, monkey do situation. If he sees people kissing on him, he gonna think it's okay to do. So they need to, like, everybody needs to be checked, bro.
Yeah, so that was us letting the director know, like, hey, we've talked to our kid. Now you can deal with it how you want to deal with it in the school, you know, because that's not our business to go to every parent.
No, not you. I'm talking about them. They need to go.
So we were like, you know, but we're also like, hey, hands off. We dealt with our kid. That's what we got to do. So then I go to pick him up yesterday, in fact. So this was last week. So yesterday I go to pick him up, and there's a little girl walking out of the classroom like before, and her mom's right behind. And she recognized me. She's like, Connor. And she's like, oh, Connor's dad. Oh, she says that Connor's her boyfriend. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, maybe that's the girl that he kisses all the time. So I go pick him up out of class. I'm like, hey, dude, who just got picked up right before you? And he tells me her name, and it's a different name. And I was like, oh, okay. So you're just... And, like, the way the mom said it was, like, she was happy. Like, oh, she's like, oh, Connor's her boyfriend. And I'm like, so you're supporting this. You're like, oh, yeah, how was your boyfriend today? So she's going to keep going to school. Meanwhile, he's out making out with his other girl behind the trash can. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he's just got everybody like... And the way he walks into school is so... I mean, like... Had I been single, I'd be taking notes from this dude. He doesn't say hi to the teachers. He doesn't say hi to any of the girls. He just, like, doesn't acknowledge but smiles at him. doesn't say anything but smiles at him and keeps on walking head straight till he gets to his area. I'm like, dude, how do you know all this already? Like, he's handling it like a pro. Everybody's on his side, and he's getting all the love.
My man's a pro. You got this down, buddy.
Oh, my wife and I always joke, like, you know, Mickey's just such an incredible, like, his heart is bigger than the world. And he's just gonna, like, he's gonna have, like, 3 girlfriends in his life. 2 of them are gonna crush him. He's gonna marry the 3rd, probably. And Connor's gonna be the guy that, like, girls are following him home in high school, and he's like, I don't know who this girl is. She just wanted to come hang out with me this week, and we're gonna be like, dude, you can't, just don't. Like, we just know that it's gonna be chaos, and then it's already starting. I'm like, oh, at least you're handling it well.
Give him credit for that, baby.
And the fact that he's the one that keeps his hands to himself, and everybody else is the one kissing on him and stuff. I'm like, hey, man, all right. Hey, if you're just accepting it, you know, that's up to you, I guess. When was your first school relationship?
Oh, I don't know. I was young. My school, like, first little girlfriend.
Your first, like, little girlfriend, whether it was just like a
like
hand...
second grade, man.
Second grade?
Yeah. Cause, like, man, like, we grew up a bit differently. We were outside, bro. So, like, 3rd, 4th grade, we're outside playing hump games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we grew up fast. So, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, I know people who were pregnant at 13, bro.
Oh yeah, they had a whole class for him at our school. They went for like 4 periods, and one of them was about parenting. And
but I don't think I was macking like Conman or like kindergarten though.
I know. He's not even in kindergarten. This is like pre-K.
Yeah.
I don't. The first girlfriend I actually had wasn't until like 7th. No, I was in 8th grade. She was in 7th grade. I asked a girl out in 4th grade, and she said no, and I was like, oh.
My first official girlfriend was 3rd grade. We pretty much, me and my boys just pretty much like switched. It was like 4 pretty girls. It was the 4 of us, and we kind of like switched those 4 girls during the school year.
Yeah.
We all went with all, I don't know, it was weird. We weren't doing anything. I don't think we like kissing in 3rd grade.
That was the same thing with my first and second girlfriends was a swap with my best friend at the time. It was like we were dating the other ones. Then they liked each other, and then we were like, hey, I think we like each other. Do you want to switch? And then we were all cool with it, so then we did that for a little while.
There you go, man.
But then I also had really long hair at the time. I was like a punk metalhead with the shaved sides, so I had it like past my shoulders, blonde hair. And then so we always got teased walking through the quad, like, oh, look at these lesbians walking through. So after like a couple weeks, I broke up with her because I'm like, I don't need to put you through this. Like, this is hardly a real relationship anyway. Like, we could just not hold hands anymore. That's cool.
You were cool, man. She wanted to be with you.
Not enough to talk me out of it.
Like, I'm with the cool guy.
Like, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea, buddy. Good idea.
I'm with the cool guy with the long hair, baby.
I was so not the cool guy. I was never the cool guy. Still not. Definitely. I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to have fun and I'm the facilitator of fun. This is what we do.
Makes you the cool guy, see?
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of cool things, I would suggest anybody that want to go see Mount Rushmore, you go see it before that shit gets canceled, before Mountain gets canceled. Not saying it shouldn't be.
Canceled?
Oh, they're gonna do some to like be like, listen, man, we got to take a couple of these old crusty bastards off of here, which I don't know. I don't fucking care one way or another, really. But for sure, that thing's coming down in our lifetime.
You think?
I think so. It's a matter of time. I hope this isn't the beacon to call attention to it. I just, for whatever reason, I've been seeing posts of like people going to Mount Rushmore lately, and I don't know why. If it's just summer road tripping and that's a thing or whatever, but I'm like, oh, yeah, you better soak it in while you can.
Never. They're never going to.
You don't think so? I think for sure that thing's coming down. or they'll add to it.
Mount Rushmore ain't coming down. Now, may they add to it, may they do something, I don't know. But it ain't coming down, buddy. Those rocks ain't never going to be messed with.
All right, if there was a modern Mount Rushmore, who would be on your... Just yours, not who you think society should need. Fuck society. This is about Mike. Mike's more important.
Man, depending on what avenue. Are you just talking about like
you get 4? So this is a little. This is kind of like this is last week we talked about who we would have at a dinner party and who we would invite. Whatever. This is like not even necessarily heroes, but people who you think are a good part of the fabric of society. Like I know you talk all these. You dunk on LeBron all the time, and then I see you liking his posts. I'm like, what's up with my boy Mike? Is he high while he's scrolling through these and just liking everything? Or does he like my boy LeBron? I know why you like him, but you seem like you flip-flop.
I probably like stuff, but it's also, if it's not like basketball stuff, I'll like it. He's a good guy. He does good stuff. I promise school, stuff like that. Like he's a good human being. Let's hate him on the basketball court because he beats my team.
So would he be on your modern?
Hell no.
Okay.
No sports, because I don't idolize sports people in that way. Like no sports figure.
Okay.
I don't think. Even though I like Jordan a lot, I don't think he would be. It would be people like Martin Luther King.
Okay.
Obama.
Okay.
Even though I don't think he was a great president, he was the first black president, so he opened some doors. So Obama.
I get that.
I would probably put Jay-Z up there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the man did lay out how to establish a business and be successful while being fucking flavorful at it and entertaining. So,
just the person he's been overall in our lifetime growing up, from a rapper to a businessman, and then helping all these other young black dudes as far as the business is concerned.
Yeah, becoming a mogul that teaches
and
people.
Oprah would be the 4th person.
Harpo.
Yeah, she went from Harpo to Oprah.
Yeah, bro.
Oprah's great.
Hey, I watched so much Oprah growing up. You have no idea. 3 o'clock every day. It was on Monday through Friday, followed by Montel Williams at 4. And then Ricky Lake at 5. Every day, Monday through Friday, every day.
Nighttime in my end of the world.
It was like my mom was so big into those. She's like she would sit us down, or like me, and like this is an important Donahue episode. You need to watch this, like about like inequalities and stuff like that, which was great for us growing up. She's like, this is important. You need to understand what's going on out in the world. And it was like, okay. So that was kind of how we got like culture shocked about like, oh shit, okay. Like we're all poor where we live, so we don't see it, but this is what's happening over there. Not too far away from here. It's like, oh, okay. But then it was like, it just got trashier as the day went on. It was just like, okay, like Oprah is good. Solid content. And then it was like Montel was like half entertainment, half like she, like Sylvia Brown, the psychic, would be on there all the time. We would always watch those episodes. And then it was like the trash time. Ricky Lake, baby. Like, oh, it was like the alternate Maury thing. It was not like who's the daddy. It was like, oh, guess who's outside the building, and we're gonna follow him running in with the camera. And it was all dramatic. It was hilarious.
And this is Big Ricky, right? This ain't Skinny Ricky.
Oh no, this is Big TBS Ricky. This is, I'll say anything on my show to get a show, and then she slimmed down when she got a primetime, whatever, or Channel 13, K-Cop, whatever it was. UPN at the time, I don't know.
Big Ricky.
Oh, all right. So that's a good Mount Rushmore. I think mine would be Weinstein, Putin. No, I don't know. I didn't think about this. I just wanted to ask you.
Do y'all hear this? He created the question and then think about it, asking for himself. You see? See this?
honestly, I know you're saying no about sports figures, but I would say LeBron would be on a modern Mount Rushmore. Just because, like you said, opening doors. Like,
he definitely opened a lot of doors, and he ventures outside of sports. He just wouldn't be on mine.
Correct.
You want to know where my hate for LeBron comes from, which is going like everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, that sucks for you."
Yeah, let everybody know how petty and shallow you are, please.
I am.
I know. That's one of the things I love about you.
The fact that me and him graduated the same year, bro. He's worth $1 billion.
We're the same age. We're the same. That's the comparison that I have. Anytime I think I'm doing well in life, I just remember that LeBron is like 3 months younger than me, and I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, oh.
Yeah. So it started at a real young age before he was actually like LeBron James, even though he probably LeBron James.
And he had a harder uphill climb. Like, son of a bitch. I got nothing to say.
And I'm like, bro, I ain't buying his shoes. He's 18, bro, making $100 million. You don't need my money. That's how it started. Like, bro, I'm not doing that, man. And then he started beating up on the Bulls, and I'm like, oh, now I got like a legit reason not to like him. And then he started doing good stuff and raising his kids and being a good dude. I'm like, oh,
son of a bitch.
I gotta separate the two now. If I had kids, I'd want to send them to his school. Like it's a great school based on everything I read about it. Everybody graduates, he feeds them, take care of like inner city. Like, how can you not like a person like that? Except for he kicks your team's ass as long as he played against us. So you're like, bro, fuck you. Like, fuck you on the court. Keep doing the I Promise school. What the hell? So, speaking of money, do you know the lottery last night was $810 million and nobody won? What the fuck? So now it's gonna be up to $1 billion and everybody's gonna go play again. I'm telling you, this is a scam. I truly believe it's all a scam.
You're just finding this out.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to end up, they as in the government, is going to end up with half of the jackpot. And that's on top of what they're already taking, because there's no way they're putting every dollar that's spent on lottery tickets into the money.
No, there's a rake. There's a rake. Yeah. It's just like poker. It's like your actual $1 lotto ticket is truly worth like 92 cents or something like that.
Exactly.
The government takes the rip off the top. And then what you're technically buying is a 50-50 raffle ticket like you would at a stadium. You're not winning the whole thing. Come along, people. Let's play the game. Let's understand. Let's read the rules.
It's going to turn into more so like a 60-40 opposite direction. Like you're gonna end up with the 40%.
And then here's the beautiful part. After they already split the 50-50 with you, you still have to continue to pay taxes on the shit that you have in your bank account. So you're gonna end up with like a great $300 million, but listen, man.
Property tax from everything that you buy, or the houses, all the shit
that
you purchase.
Be real.
Like they're gonna pretty much get that money back in spades, no matter who wins it. So unless you just get the money and let it sit in a bank account, and even then you're gonna have to pay taxes on the interest. So they're gonna get money from that.
For real, legit. If you won the $1 billion lotto, because I know you're gonna play it.
I'm definitely playing.
I know. if you win, like, what would you do, like, immediately, frivolously with the money? Because we've been over this, and I don't want to go down the take care of your family route. Like, you just won $1 billion. You're gonna blow a huge chunk right away. What are you doing?
I mean, that's all it would be though. My initial money spent will be giving it to the people that are around me that I love.
Okay.
They'll say like,
so what's after that first 100 million's gone? Now what?
It's not. I'm not gonna give. What the fuck?
Just come on.
I don't love that many people to give away 100 million. Let's slow the hell down, buddy.
Okay.
I love you all, but 100 million, I don't have that many people I love. So let's correct that.
I'm just saying, if you give your mom 10, that's a big chunk. Or you give her 20, that's a big
I
chunk.
can give my mom 20 and still not give away 100 million to the people I love.
Hey, listen, man. I'm just trying to wedge myself a spot in there. That's all I'm saying.
You're definitely a spot in there. You're definitely gonna get an amount that you would be happy with. But even you and all the other people, it's not that many people that I'd be giving money to. That's probably the first thing. It's like, yo, my circle is.
So what's the frivolous spend though? What's the frivolous?
But the frivolous spend is probably a private jet just to come to California and smoke
just
weed.
PJ, yeah.
Like I'm PJing to go, but just the reason why it's to be so frivolous because I'm PJing just to go smoke weed. Like I'm going to PJ.
This is your Doja
out the
PJ.
country to the other side of the same country that I'm currently in, and I'm only going because I want to.
It's the only PJ that has vents.
I'm only going because that's where the weed is, and I want to go smoke the best weed. So
I'm down with that. I'll tell you what I would do. I would for sure, because I would just have to spend it. But
I might not PJ. I might just buy a plane.
Yeah, you would buy. That's what I'm saying. That would be yours. It would be yours. But I think what I would do, I would just go Biggie status. I would just go to from vacation to vacation, and everywhere I landed, buy some real estate. And just spend my money that way. Travel the world for a year, buying property all over the world, and then the money's gone, and then you have it. What's that?
I would just own a whole bunch of houses in the United States because I don't want. I mean, people want to say, "Yo, this dude's," but I don't want to go outside of the United States right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
there's too much shit going on in this world.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of lots of money, Steven Jackson's the man. Like this dude.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
I'm a fan, but some of his antics I'm not with.
Yeah, I don't know all of his antics. I like him
behind him.
I like him on the court. He's a madman. He's hands down one of my faves.
Steven Jackson was a basketball player, and his mentality for the most part I like. I just don't like when you try to do both. I don't like that. Like I don't know. I'm just big on that pick a side type of stuff. And he does some stuff. He did some stuff recently. I was like, bro.
So
that ain't even you.
So recently he called off his wedding. Now did you know about this?
No.
Okay, so there's other antics that I don't know about leading up to this. So I guess the other day Steven Jackson was engaged to be married, and he had told his fiance, like, listen, you got to sign a prenup. Like, that's just it. And apparently she agreed to it at the time. Now, the officiant of the wedding, or something like that, who was also a very good family friend, apparently, like, Steven Jackson checked in with this person, like, hey, can you go ask her if she signed it? Because we're not getting married if she's not going to sign it. And she was, like, refusing to sign it. So he's like, okay, fine. Then the wedding's off. Now, how do you feel about that?
I'm 100% with him. She wasn't. It's a different situation depending on your situation. Okay.
He's saying that the whole time he said this to her, and she was just kind of going along with it until it came time, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm still not going to do that."
Regardless if I presented to her the day before, we're not getting married if you don't sign. You didn't help me earn this wealth. You don't deserve this money. If you're there for the whole time, like Shaq's wife or somebody like that, I'm cool if you say, no, I'm not signing. You were here. Even if you technically didn't get on the court with me, you helped raise my kids so I didn't have to, so I could be on the court. All that's all part of it. So you deserve a cut. 50% is a hell of a number living in California, but you deserve a reasonable cut. I won't take that away from you. But if you weren't here to help me make it, and you think you can marry me today and tomorrow you deserve half my
you
damn
deserve
money,
$10 million because that's what it was. He's protecting $20 million.
Yeah, you done lost your whole marbles. Like you lost your mind.
Okay, so to follow that up, he then admitted to like, hey man, we already paid for the honeymoon and stuff, so me and my groomsmen hung out and they ended up hooking up with one of the bridesmaids that was supposed to be in the wedding. Now, what kind of a friend is that?
You clearly know the type of friend she was, and she was
Yeah.
about to be a bridesmaid. So the type of decision that
She's
your
trying to
wife
upgrade to the
are
wifey
questionable.
position. She's like, I'll sign whatever. Just let me get some of that money for a while.
Like, bro, but yeah, that's crazy for her to not even want to do. Like, what would you? That's like the new season of Married at First Sight. Like, it's a girl on there who makes good money, and she's like, "Yo, yeah." Right after the wedding, I'm gonna ask him to sign a post note. And then her mom's like, "Yeah, you sure about that? You sure he's gonna do that?" I'm like, "If he don't, the wedding's over. That's fine. Like this marriage ends." But she didn't work too damn hard for that money that he was no part of, and she don't know this dude because they were married for 8 weeks. He gets half at the end of 8 weeks. To hell,
No.
like that. Shit,
I mean, she is dumb enough to go
crazy.
on that show, so.
She is dumb enough to go on that show.
I don't know. She
but
maybe
she's
deserves to give up half so she can learn a
for
lesson.
me, it comes into age. If I consider you to be dumb enough, if you're 35 plus, okay, you're just giving something a shot. You've been out here long enough. That's fine. But if you're younger than 35 and you're on that show, I definitely judge you because you're just either on here for money, attention, or you just don't want to try to meet people in person. Because under 35, you're still pretty.
So let me ask you this: would you sign a prenup?
In what situation? It all depends on the situation.
Like if your old lady was like, "Hey, dude,"
been in their life from the beginning, so yes, I was. If anybody I met today or I met, you know what I'm saying, I didn't help you get your wealth, then yes, I'm signing a prenup. I would ask you for the prenup, like, bro, you got that bread. I don't deserve half your money. I know I don't deserve half your money. Like,
so let me ask you this.
now we can put a clause in later, like. I forgot who it was. Like after 5 years, this much money. If you continue to grow and I help you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a part of it now. So if you need me to have your back or some shit or something like that, then I'm technically helping you grow. So cool. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a man. I can make money. I don't want nothing that I don't deserve. And I ain't just coming in here for the money. Because basically that would look like. Like, I'm coming in here to marry you, hoping that if we get divorced, I'm gonna get something out of it. Nah, we can sign prenup.
Yeah, you don't get married thinking about divorce. If you do, you should get fucking married.
Now
let me ask you this: what would your number
to your account? So
what would your? Oh yeah, you could charge those cards the week before you decide you're breaking up. That's not an issue. Just give me that black card, son. What would be like the amount of money you would have to have in your bank account or like be worth to feel like you needed to ask for a prenup? Like, hey, I need you to sign something if we get hitched.
I mean, any amount. I could have 100,000. If there's 100,000 in my bank account that I had to work hard for to save, I'm not just willing to give you 50,000 because you decide you don't want to be with me no more. Like, what? No.
But you would do that just for regular.
Yes.
Oh.
Regular. Right now, I don't have nothing to be. So if I met you, say if I met somebody today, say I started a business next week and met someone the week after that, and over the course of the next 3 years, we were together, and I started to make money, and the business grew. If she ain't technically helping me do nothing, I'm asking her for a prenup too. You ain't do nothing. But no. But if she's helping me and I need her to hold stuff down, because I don't have kids and stuff. We have kids and stuff like that. Then there's more like, oh, you're holding that down that side of it. So yeah, you're
freeing up my time and brain space to go do other things.
Because I would have to do that if you weren't here. So yeah, then that didn't change it. But, yeah, right.
All right. Like
Kobe Bryant was smart. He knew paying that $4 million for that one ring was way smarter than giving up 80 or 90. Genius. Smart man.
All right. Well, speaking of not that, but basketball, how do you feel about these KD to Boston rumors? Because I have a take on this.
I mean, I feel like if it happens, they'd probably win based on the trade that they're currently put together, per what I've heard.
Which is?
Like, it would be hard to beat. If they're only giving up Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and 3 first-round draft picks that have nothing to do with the actual NBA next season, and Robert Williams comes back healthy, the other Williams guy comes back healthy, they just picked up Gallinari, and they already got Brogdon to run the point, which is the biggest thing KD needs, because that's the one thing about KD. He needs a true point guard. He needs someone who get him the ball in his spots. That's the worst thing about Brooklyn. That's why I thought they would be so good with Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons is a point guard. He's a true point guard.
Yeah.
He'll get you the ball in your spots. You come off your curl,
He doesn't want to shoot. He wants to give you the ball.
He don't want to. He wants you to get the ball in your spots. That's why if they end up not making any trades and staying together, they're going to be good. Mark my words on that. But I don't think you would beat Boston with KD and Tatum.
Well,
with
but
Robert Williams, man in the middle.
Yeah, I doubt that they're gonna accept that trade though. They want more than that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm just saying about what I've been reading. But yeah, if you keep
if on the Celtics,
five,
yeah, for sure I want that trade. That's what I'm proposing. But I doubt that Brooklyn will take it. But here's the other thing. Anything more than that, you're blowing up a team that was like a passer away from a title. You know what I mean? They still just needed that point guard, and they could still win a title. You know what I mean? So why blow up something good for one dude that is not proven that he can take it? He can't do it by himself.
Proven that he can. He don't need to do it. If Jaden Tatum in there, he's not by himself.
I know he's the number 2 option.
Another first team All NBA guy on the team, so it's not by himself. And let's cut out with. There's a lot of KD disrespect going on in this world. KD's my guy, and he came up short in the playoffs. I'll be the first to say it. For Brooklyn this year, he came up short in the playoffs. Yes. Way smaller than I ever expected KD to come up. But let's cut it with the fucking KD slam.
What about OKC? Everybody forgets those days. He couldn't do it then, and he had Westbrook and Harden.
What do you mean he couldn't do it then? They were in the Western Conference Finals.
They were always
headed,
but they never got.
They were in the Western Conference Finals versus the team that won 73 wins.
So
and they
what?
Were up 3-1. And
guess
lost.
What? He can't beat Golden State. Oh, he
also
can't beat Steph.
Golden State was also sitting in their card. They hadn't even lost the championship. The championship wasn't even freshly lost before they got the call in KD. And while he was there, who won the Finals MVPs? It wasn't Steph. It wasn't Draymond. It wasn't Clay. So I don't give a damn what they talking about, what anybody else talking about. We're going to cut it with the KD slander, okay?
No.
We're not just going to let that slide. With that being said, he has a lot to prove this season.
Yes, he does. What if he goes out of the league without winning anything else?
What does that mean? He's going to be a 2-time champion with 2 Finals MVPs and top 5 scorer of all time. Like, what else? Would you not accept that resume?
I would accept that resume, but I'm just saying, would you then accept that he can't get it done in the playoffs? Would you accept people putting that moniker on him?
He's gotten it done. He's got 2 championships, and he was the Finals MVP.
Who was he with? The person that he couldn't beat. Still can't beat. I
don't care who he was with. They were with him.
Son.
Why are y'all saying he was with them? They were with him. He was the damn Finals MVP. Did we miss that part? Did someone miss that part of the conversation? Did I skip that?
Listen,
did we skip the part that he was the Finals MVP?
Yeah, so because everybody was double teaming Steph.
Because everybody was double teaming. You should not say that out loud ever again. Like, that should not be something that you should say out loud ever again. That you not. The coaches for these teams would be mad at you if you said that out loud ever again. No one in their right mind is double teaming Steph with KD on the court. And Clay, he might be got a quick double team off a pick and roll because that's the defense they were playing to jump the pick and roll. But there was no flat out Steph double team.
I know.
With that team, like, I hate that. Not you, because I hear that narrative a lot. Like, people come back. Everybody that didn't.
But do you see how much fun that was?
With that being said, being on Steph's team does create space, but it creates space for anybody on Steph's team. That's why Williams made his first All-Star team, and it looks like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, which is fine. I won't say that he didn't create space for KD.
Do you like Wonder Bread?
It's okay. I eat honey wheat. I forget the name of the company. Damn. That sucks. Sorry for them. It was a moment they could have got free advertising. Oh, well, but it's honey wheat, and it's like...
Well, I'll give free advertising to the Denver Nuggets. How do you think they're going to be with Jamal Murray coming back? Like, everybody forgets that...
That's not the key, man. The key is the Porter guy. They can get over the hump if they have all 3. We know what Jamal Murray's gonna. Jamal Murray's performed in the playoffs already. We know what Jamal Murray's gonna bring. It's Michael Porter Jr., man. If he becomes the Michael Porter Jr.
that they were paying for,
and everybody expected him to be,
yeah,
they're a viable Western Conference Finals team.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, everybody's going for second place because we know who's winning the West this year. But
who is that?
No one wants me to say it out loud, so I'm gonna be quiet.
The Clippers. Did we say it at the same time? The Clippers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody remain quiet because no one wants to hear it.
Yeah, well,
They're supposed to be the small team in LA, but sorry to tell you, people, if they stay healthy, it won't be close.
yeah, that was the next point. This is Kawhi's run this year. He's going balls to the wall. Like, he'll do his thing, but he knows, like, this is the year to put the pedal to the metal, go for broke. Like, if it comes time, playoff time, like, we're playing through stuff.
If you want to be celebrated, bro, if you want to be celebrated the way you think, regardless of all these games you miss and all this shit, win the only title for Toronto after always losing to LeBron, win the only title for the Clippers while sharing the building with LeBron, and your legacy
and the fourth different
cemented.
team that you've won basically on your back. Like,
your legacy will be cemented, my guy.
They should have a statue in front of 4 different stadiums after that.
I think it's only 3.
No, I'm saying if that happens. Like, just
no, I think this will be the 3rd team, not the 4th team. He only won with San Antonio and Toronto. He didn't win with anybody else.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
But
3.
winning the championship for the Clippers is just...
Yeah, that would be huge. But I agree.
I think they're absolutely loaded. I mean,
I think that they're... this is the run. This is when they're going.
This is it.
Yeah.
They can play small ball. They can play big ball. They got the big boy, number 4. They can't think of his name. They look, it's everything. They have everything they need. They have a point guard. They have defenders. Like, what? They have a good coach. Like, there's no excuses. Barring injury, there's no excuses why the Clippers are not at least in the finals. Versus KD Boston versus that would be a hell of a finals. That would be a hell of a finals. KD on Boston. Even if KD stayed with the Nets and they ended up in the final, that Nets team that's currently constituted with those 3 superstars.
Or what if it's Boston again, but versus the Clip Show?
Boston, they don't bring superstars to the table. I'm never going to hate on a winning organization, so I won't hate on the winning. But I like to see the stars on the stage, man.
I got you.
I don't know. It's something that does so. Like, I want.
And Miami doesn't do that for you.
Miami don't have stars either. They're a hell of a team. Though.
I know.
If KD went to Miami, then
that would be something.
Yeah, I don't know why Boston's not. I mean, why Milwaukee's not in the KD sweepstakes? Because I would happily trade
everybody.
Middleton and
Drew Holiday
and Drew Holiday for KD. And who the hell says no to that? If they're really trying to trade KD, how do you say no to that? With a couple first-round draft picks, how do you
unless
say no
they're
to that?
trying to not trade him? That's why they're like, we need a monumental trade. Like, they're trying to make it impossible to happen.
And who doesn't? If you put KD and Giannis on the same team, you can pretty much. I don't give a damn who the other 3 players is.
That's what I'm saying. You could give away almost same thing with like Minnesota. I was saying before they made that last sign, like, you could keep Big Cat and get rid of everybody else, put KD on the team, and that's. But
tough. They don't want to get rid of Anthony. They told them no to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I know.
They said no.
I know.
He's a future star, man, and not just on the court, off the court too. He's a future star. He's gonna bring a lot of attention to Minnesota, just because not just on the court. He's a star off the court. He's a fucking personality. Have you ever seen his interviews and stuff like? Oh no, he's a personality. If you get bored one day, just Google Anthony Edwards interviews. He's a cocky 19-year-old kid. Bro. Like, his very first interview ever, they were asking him like, how would you participate in this sport? Oh, I'd be the best. I used to play baseball, man. I was the best at that. And I used to play football. Oh, yeah, I was the best, man. I was the best at that. Like, you got to watch. He's pretty entertaining.
All right.
Pretty entertaining. And you've already seen him because you watched that dumbass movie. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's pretty. Like, that personality he had in that movie is kind of his personality, which is why he supposed to play that role. Like, he's a pretty cocky little kid, but he backs her up for the most part. So there you go. Live your life, my guy.
All right. Well, speaking of contenders and cocky kids, Trayce Thompson for the Dodgers has been kind of on fire lately. But listen here. Listen. I love his dad. For people that don't know, this is Klay Thompson's brother. His dad's Michael Thompson, basketball legend. But listen, he is only playing this well because he's ninth in the lineup. And that means Mookie Betts is hitting behind him. So he's getting meatballs down the middle. He is the guy that, like, in Little League, the coach is like, just let him hit it. Just trust your defense. Like, don't walk this guy. We need to make a play. Like, let him hit it. It's fine.
Yo, but how many 9-hitters in the MLB suck? He's on fire.
I know he is. But listen,
nine hitters suck.
I'm glad that he's getting the attention he's getting right now. Good for you. Play it up. But let's not kid ourselves. When it comes to playoff time, he's a pinch runner and like a late defensive substitution at best.
I haven't been paying. What position they have him playing right now?
Outfield,
just DH?
left field.
Yeah, so why can't he play left field?
Because he won't when everybody's
Why
healthy.
Not? Who plays left field? They have Bellinger in center, Mookie in right.
And usually Chris Taylor out there or Trayce Thompson.
Yeah, probably I was say Chris Taylor doesn't like automatically get no spot. Like, yeah, he's the one guy on the team who's not a fucking superstar. Trayce Thompson can happily take his spot.
Maybe.
Stay hot, Trayce.
Yeah, stay hot till October. I doubt it.
Hey, Trayce, it don't even matter, man. I'm going to tell you this, buddy. This is the one thing I can promise you. Pretty much. You're getting the ring this year, buddy. I don't care if you're going to be playing
you're sticking with that.
Riding the
so
bench.
who are you're going sticking with the Dodgers winning over who in the AL?
I'm not ready to pick that yet.
I'm asking you just as this will be a progress.
No, in the American League? Oh,
yes.
no, you're fine. I thought you, because I have the Dodgers and they're going to have a hell of a series in the championship series, but I think they're going to win. In the American League, I'm going with the fucking cheaters.
The Yankees?
No, they're not cheaters. They're just fucking bitches.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Okay, who are the cheaters? Oh, the Astros?
You know it, buddy. Like, I don't know why they're fucking so good, why they're always so good, how they stay this good.
Dusty Baker, son.
But they're fucking good, bro.
I'm sticking with my original pick. I think it's still going to be a Subway Series, Mets and Yankees.
That's not gonna happen. Mets can pull it off. The Mets have if DeGrom come back, they have the pitching to beat the Dodgers lineup. Because they can just throw those two. And
that's the thing.
Those two can win 4 games. But they don't score enough runs, man. Like their run.
Hey, all you need is a Pete Alonso home run in the 6th from time to time,
But you know, Scherzer always gives you that one game where he gets knocked around in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a matter of him. You winning 4. If you're gonna get him to win 2, he can't get knocked around. DeGrom's gonna give you his 2. DeGrom is pretty much lights out.
Yeah.
But if you get like a Stroman win or something like that along the way, then like it's butter.
Yeah.
But Atlanta's gonna be a tough out for whoever has to play there, which is why Dodgers are gonna try to stay at the top. They don't want to. Atlanta's gonna be a tough out whoever has to play them before they play each other, because that's a pretty good team right there.
Dude, they are still so stacked, and they're young, man. They're young and feisty.
All the good teams are in National League now with that DH shit. Like
I know, it's ridiculous. It was like it's unfair now. For whatever reason, the National League, it's just always
because they were so good without it that this is just an added bonus. Like American League had it planned it into being, you know what I'm saying, good.
Yeah.
Like National League planned on being good without it, and now it's like, oh shit, we're gonna throw this in there, and like, oh shit, we're extra good.
Yeah,
these lineups are fucking.
That's why I thought in the All-Star game
that I like.
I thought in the All-Star game the National League was gonna win. I bet on the National League.
They still don't have the pitching that they have in the American League.
It sucks so bad.
The money's in the American League.
Yeah, that's true. That's where all the money goes to pitching.
But
and guess who
National
took?
League teams. I like Tatum. I like Tatis's team, the Padres.
Padres, yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be able to, but I need your boy from Milwaukee to be closing somewhere else. Why the fuck don't they ever trade him?
Hater.
Like he needs to be in a playoff run, man. They just wasting that arm
I know.
to fucking be on a team. Like he's just on
He
the
needs,
team.
yeah, it should be on a national stage. Like he could be like Mariano Rivera. Like you hear his music and you're like, oh, damn it, we're gonna lose today. You know, could be one of those situations. I don't think that the Buccaneers are gonna feel like they're losing anytime soon. They just signed Julio Jones, dude. Can you believe that?
Julio Jones. Oh, you talking about the Bucks? That shit is cheating. That shit is cheating. If he's anywhere near Julio, but also last year he had less than 500 yards and only 1 touchdown. So I'm not like super wearing.
Yeah, but he was on a running team, and he was like coming back from an injury. So it was like this year is going to be his last decent year that he has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He stays injured. So if he's just off injured again, then it's not going to be too much. But he's actually healthy. That's fucking dynamic.
Yeah, it's insane. He's going to do he'll have like, 4 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. He's just going to get those corner, like little, I'll go up and get that.
They literally can drop, because of how big he is, they literally can drop him inside and like give him a tight split and play him like Gronk. Like play him as a big tight end. Over the middle passes. Think about him playing tight end, like passing down. Because they have 3 receivers when your boy comes back, Godwin, because they picked up Cage to play the slot or outside, whichever him and Godwin want to switch, and they're always going to have sorry-ass Mike Evans. I fucking hate that guy.
He's an Oklahoma bitch.
And, oh, yeah, they're going to be pretty loaded. But Tom Brady's still old, so first game of the season, you know what we're going to have to do? Knock his ass on the ground. Let's go, 11 from a heaven, baby.
Oh, how do you feel about Shanahan saying that this is Trey Lance's team?
I've always respected the Shanahan, what they do with actually offensive scheming wise. But being head coaches, like they're just some dickheads. Like they do dickhead shit a lot as like the coach, the person who's running things.
Yes.
Like, yes, your offense is good, but like you do make dickhead. There's no need to make that decision on June what's today?
July 26th.
July the 26th. What if he stinks it up in the preseason? What if he turns an ankle? Like, what if anything happens from between now and September the 6th? You think Garoppolo wants to come back? You think he's going to want to come back after this? After you pretty much
he's going to just have a stiff neck,
Like, you think he's going to... And also, like, what do you think the team is? If you come out and you lose both of your preseason games, he stinks. And your team is looking around knowing that we have a championship caliber team, except for our coach decided to take away the quarterback that can leave us there for a 21-year-old because he, like, you're going to lose your locker room. Like, you better hope this works, buddy.
Well, I think they're turning into a running team.
They're always a running team. The basis of the Shanahan offense is a running team.
But not using like the Deebo Samuel sweeps. I think they're taking like just the straightforward, like I formation, hand it off, sweep left, sweep right, ISO up the middle.
Then you're not trying to win a Super Bowl, and your team is gonna hate you. You're not winning a Super Bowl.
He's gonna try and do an RG3 replica year. That's what they're gonna try and do.
Literally had more passing yards than Andrew Luck.
Like, I know, but that's
not the same.
I know, but it's based off the run. So that run pass option, I think that's what they're gonna do. So he had a lot of passing yards, but he also had a lot of like 15 attempt games.
No, they're quick passes. It's just the fake.
I know, and then they would run for. I'm saying he was racking up yardage, but he didn't have a ton of attempts. I think they're gonna do a similar format to where it's like Tebow passes. He was throwing for 280 yards a game on 11 passes, and you're like, how does it? It's because those little flip screens.
Was so wide open.
The
field was so wide open because everybody's playing the run. Absolutely.
That's what they're gonna do. He'll have 80 to 110 rushing yards a game, and hand it off 40 times and pass it 15. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
So whether they win with that or not, I don't know. They'll probably have a lot of 13 to 10 games in their future. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot of barn burners. As opposed to the Cardinals, even though Kyler hates his homework. He got his nice new Kyler Murray got his contract, $230 million for what, 4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But they had to write in his contract a clause like you have to do at least 4 hours of film outside of like the mandatory meetings or whatever. But it's such a like a loosely done thing to where you could tell he was fighting it the whole way. Like, nah, you can't tell me what to do with my free time. And they're just like, listen, what if we write in there independent study based on good faith? And he's like, yeah, fine. So there's a clause in his contract says he needs to study for 4 hours independently, film, and it's going to be based on good faith that he does it. So if they ask and he says yes, they'll believe him.
Yeah, no. And I'm like, how do they, because it's like, he's not supposed to be doing anything else. How can you prove that he's not doing anything else? Like, who the hell tells you that, I mean, just because he's at home studying, you can see that he's studying. It doesn't show you his background, the fact that he could have his video game on in the background. But
Yeah.
like, what in the hell?
Like the fact that you got to get your quarterback to be like, listen, man, don't you want to like get better? And he's like, listen, man, I'm good enough. Don't you worry about that. I was like, okay, no homework for Kyler. It's insane to me. But
Crazy.
hey, that's the difference between good and great, or great and excellent.
They're stupider. They're more dumb than him. The fact that you gave him $230 million.
Yeah, you're letting him dictate.
Like,
he's acting like a kid that's still in school. He like deleted them off his Twitter or whatever, or his social media handles, like threw a little fit, is refusing to do his homework. It's like he's just a little kid still.
He did all that and they still gave him $230 million.
Yeah, so his behavior is going to continue. He's going to be one of those guys where he's going to start having an off season and it's going to bring down the team because his attitude's going to suck. And he's going to be like, listen, I'm still the man. You guys are the problem. I could see that definitely being his attitude. If that's the way all this other stuff's going down.
Yeah, yo. He's the man. He figured it out. He figured out a way to make them pay him and not even be as good a quarterback as everybody else. He's the man.
And the fact that it's only for 4 years, like with the receiving core that they all just kind of re-signed and signed, it's like, yeah, they got a good 2, maybe 3 years in them, but that's about it. So yeah, that's a good contract length to get the hell out of there. Go somewhere else. Go take over Green Bay.
And a player opposite. There you go.
Good for him. And guess who's back? Joshua Lippencourt Ballinger Rosen is back, baby. I was worried he was going to fall off the face of the earth. He tried out for the Browns, and guess what? Your boy is back, 4th string quarterback for the Browns. 4th
so he's
string.
Technically 3rd string.
Technically 4th because he's still behind Deshaun Watson on the depth chart. He still counts.
But Deshaun Watson is going to be suspended at least 6 games.
Okay, so then Jacoby Brissett, Joshua Dobbs, then...
And he can beat out Dobbs, so get ready to see.
But he can't beat out Dobbs.
Chalkboard and a clipboard and a microphone.
He's going to be holding a Gatorade bottle, squirting it into Jacoby Brissett's mouth. Browns. Oh, that's so bad.
Rosen,
the guy that lost his job to Carson Wentz, you're going to be squirting Gatorade in his mouth, Josh Rosen. You fucking loser.
None of that matters when he's the backup for the Browns for 4 weeks.
Oh, all right. UFC 277's coming up this weekend, and I'm going to burn through some of these. I just thought it was incredibly interesting, the names on this pay-per-views card. So the first one is Blood Diamond. His name is Blood Diamond from Zimbabwe. He's plus 150 over some dude named O'Brien. So we'll see. I'm going to put my money on Blood Diamond just because.
His name is Blood Diamond. Put your money on him.
Adam Fuggett versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales is a heavy favorite at minus 500, but I think I'm going to go Fuggett. Put my money on it. Drakkar
Oh, plus
Close.
400. That's a nice.
Yeah, Drakkar Close versus Rafa Garcia. Drakkar stinks, so I'm betting Rafa Garcia at plus 180. Don'Tale Mays versus Hamdi Abdenwawad. I don't know. I thought that was fun. And then listen, here are the good fights. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Pavlovich. Derek Lewis just throws bombs all day. So that's a popcorn fight.
Put your money on him.
Yeah,
Bomb
it's plus
City.
105. So it's pretty close. It's basically like Sergey's more technically sound, but if Lewis lands one, it's over. So that's where the odds kind of are. And then the main event is Juliana Pena defending her belt against Amanda Nunes. And you know how I feel about Amanda Nunes. She's coming back to try and get her belt back.
Guess what? She going down. Let's go, Juliana.
See, normally I'm
calling this one right here, buddy.
All right,
This is my call for the week. Upset of the week, plus 230. Juliana Pena gets the W.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Because usually I don't like betting when the odds are so bad.
How many times have I been wrong when I called out my call for the week?
Most times. Because I think this is your first time. Yeah.
No, this is not my first time. I've done at least 3. I called the Sterling one for you.
Episode 82. You want me to remember like you do?
Well, we don't have that many. We don't have that many UFC ones when we do record.
Oh, that's true.
But as far as my UFC upsets, this will be number 3. I call Sterling, and then I forgot the other one, like Michael Samad. I told you.
Yeah, it was against. Yeah. You're correct. You're correct on that. All right, so you're saying Juliana
number
Pena.
3.
But normally, I don't like putting money on anybody that you have to give up a lot to win. But I haven't seen Amanda Nunes at minus 280 in a long time. So I think I'm still going to take that action. Because normally she's usually at least like minus 800 or something crazy.
Yeah, because she's weakening and Juliana Pena is.
Well, see, that's the thing is maybe she's gotten figured out or maybe she had a bad day. I think she had a bad day.
And I told you. The rest of the world bet against Brendan, win you some money, tell me thanks later.
Whatever. All right, so what else are you watching these days? Did you watch should we talk about the Kid Cudi walk-off thing, or do you not care?
Dude, I mean, I think it's fucked up on Kanye's behalf, actually, but...
Yeah, because he originally didn't do the spot, and then still went.
Still did the spot for free. So he fucking pulled out the spot, didn't take their money, and then showed up along with somebody else for free. And left Kid Cudi to do the spot. Supposed to be your friend. Y'all from Chicago. Why didn't the hell you just come back out with him? I'm sure y'all got songs together. He used to be on your label. But instead you left him out there to get tortured like that. Kanye's a piece of shit. Let me just tell you.
Well, it's because him and fucking Kim were still buddies after the split. So he was like, fuck this guy.
Oh, that's probably why. See, I didn't know that much. See, look, this is a team, bro. We're a fucking team.
So how do you feel about it still?
I still feel like I wouldn't have walked off. I'd have probably been in jail. Somebody hit me with a fucking bottle. But yeah, I'm walking off if I'm getting booed. For what? I got paid already. I'm going to get paid. Y'all don't want to see me? Cool. It's in this shit.
Yeah.
Don't fucking boo me. I'm here to perform for y'all that you paid for. You paid to see me. It's not like they sold you the ticket without me on it. I was on the damn ticket. By the time you bought your ticket, my name was on it. Because they didn't put the tickets out when Kanye was announced. They just announced them. There were no tickets sold.
All right, so you're walking off.
I'm definitely walking off.
I don't know. I think I just stand further back on the stage.
No, I'm not walking off for the simple fact I'm walking off because you're booing me. You paid to see me, and now you're saying you don't want to see me. Okay, so I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be somewhere I don't want to be. I'm unwanted. All you gotta do is tell me you don't want me there. I promise you I'll leave. Anybody in the world, ever anyone in the world, I promise you, if I'm somewhere and you're somewhere and you tell me you don't want me there and you have more right to that place than me, I will leave. I promise you. No doubt about it. With no qualms.
No qualms. All right. Do you have any qualms with the
captain?
And
I'm pissed at whoever cut on my AC upstairs. I'm not gonna lie. And I've told them to cut it off and they haven't done yet. So I apologize for that fucking noise. This is what's wrong when you have people at your house. But go ahead.
How do you feel about the captain? Are you up to date on it?
I like the captain.
3 episodes, I think. Have you watched them all?
Oh, it's only 2, I think.
Oh.
I think 3 and 4 come on tomorrow.
But you like the first 2?
Yeah, I'm a Jeter fan, man. That's my guy.
All right.
I hate the Yankees, but Jeter's my guy.
I saw the first half of the first one, or most of the first one. I'm like, okay, yeah, his standard ESPN dealio. So it'll be good. It'll be exactly what I think it's going to be. Perfect.
Yeah, it's standard ESPN 30 for 30 type of situation.
So the other morning, my son, the older one, had a basketball game at noon. And so Saturday morning, woke up and I was like, talked to my wife. I'm like, hey, there's a movie, the new like Paws of Fury, playing at like 9:20. Do you want to just take the kids? Be like surprised, like, hey, you guys want to go to a movie just for no good reason on a Saturday morning? They're like, yeah. We're like, cool. Even if the movie sucks, whatever. It was just a fun little surprise. So we go, and
it's not gonna suck to them. It might suck for you.
It's called Paws of Fury, and basically it's like there's this dog who needs to be like the samurai for a village, but it's all cats, and they usually hate dogs, but they're like, we need this dog to be trained like a samurai. So Samuel L. Jackson is the cat samurai, the old cat samurai. Basically, the first 20 minutes, it is a Mel Brooks film. The first 20 minutes was basically like a tribute to Blazing Saddles. It was awesome.
Blazing Saddles? What's Blazing Saddles?
Are you kidding? You don't know what Blazing Saddles is?
No.
Oh my gosh, we have to watch that together.
So tell me what it is
No.
first. Let's go.
I'm not going to tell you. It's a Western. It's a Western.
It's a Western. Okay, so people are getting shot.
Oh my gosh, I cannot. My balls are tingling. I'm so excited to watch that with you. And the fact that you have no idea what it is, please don't even look. Just let's watch it together.
I forgot the name already. I'm definitely
good.
Not gonna look.
All right. Well, so anyway, it was for that. It was fantastic. And then I kind of was in and out of sleep after that. So I don't really know what happened.
Did they show previews for the new Black Panther in that movie?
No. We also missed.
The previews were pretty fire.
Okay. All right. I've never seen
I'm not gonna
Black
watch
Panther.
it. I didn't watch the first one.
I know. I haven't either.
I just paid for tickets because it was Black Panther. Like I try to support my people, but I never saw. I'm not into those type of movies, but I heard that like it was just like a lot of like tweets and stuff about how fire the promo was. I guess because they're burying him. They're like burying him.
Oh, as a part of the storyline or whatever.
Part of the storyline, I guess.
That's a nice little tribute. You know, they got to try and figure out some way to do it. So that's pretty cool. So also when we were in the theater, there was like 2 seats or 1 seat in between me, because I was sitting towards the middle next to the next set of people. There are these people on their phones, like all the way through the previews, like into the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like it looked like a couple of buckets of KFC, like checking their social media to see if their aunt commented on a photo they posted. You know what I'm saying? Like these are just like, what's wrong with you people? And like they had seats in the very back row with us, separated by a seat, and they had one kid sitting with them in between them, and then they had another kid who was going back and forth between the row in front and in the seats in front of us, and back and forth like, oh, you know, handing back snacks and stuff, which it was only a couple of times. That was no big deal. But it's just like I kept kind of looking over, and then the guy would like kind of set his phone down, and it was almost like a reflex. Like it would just come back up even if he wasn't looking at it. Like I'm just like, I don't want to say anything because my kids are here, but like, can you put your phones away, please? So I just kind of kept looking, and then eventually, you know, he put his away, and then I think she kept looking over and then like she put hers away. But I was like, man, that is incredibly distracting to have two giant flashlights right next to me. You know, but luckily
at the movie theater.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I get it. You probably... And here's the thing. They probably were like, awesome. We'll go to this early movie. We'll take the kids. We'll sit them in the row in front so we can keep an eye on them. We'll sit back in the recliner and just sit on our phones. They planned it out to where they wouldn't bother anybody else. They didn't count on us showing up. I get it. However,
movie, buddy.
We did show up. At that point,
in the building,
you gotta alter your plans a little bit. Even if you're gonna keep it on through the previews, which I'm like, still like, oh, come on, man. Really? You gotta shut it off or put it in your pocket when the movie comes on. Or go outside if it's actually important. That's the rules.
That's it.
Not even the rules they need to tell you. The rules of fucking pleasantries in society. Like, just don't be a dick.
Your expectations. You want that same respect, right? What the fuck, people?
100%. Speaking of which, killing things, I started watching a cartoon on Netflix called Bad Exorcist.
How are you a bad exorcist, man?
It would just came. I watch weird shit, but here's
like an easy job if you ask me.
Here's the reason why it came up is I watch things in different languages, and this one is in Polish. So it's got subtitles, but it is hysterical. So I recommend anybody that likes weird shit, check out Bad Exorcist. It's like the second season just came out. I've only watched a couple episodes, but I'm like killed over laughing at a couple of parts. It's just like raunchy, gory, hilarious. Like, it's stuff that can't be on in the United States. So it's like, oh, that's hilarious.
That's like the United States has a large like line of things that they put on TV. So if it can't make TV here, it's probably bad.
Well, I don't think anybody in Poland's been canceled. So they're still writing as if it's free speech. So it's hilarious. Oh, and also to round out the Netflix everything, I watched 2 comedy specials, the Whitney Cummings special and David A. Arnold.
Whitney's Coming.
And dude, they're both awesome. They're both very, very good. I like the David Arnold special a lot. That was highly, highly entertaining to me. So if you're into stand-up comedy, those
episode of The Pivot.
The Pivot?
Yeah.
What's The Pivot?
On podcast.
Okay.
And Kevin Hart was on it. It's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. You keep going back and forth on Kevin Hart as well. What's up with that?
I said the episode is pretty funny. I think Kevin Hart is a fucking sucker.
All right.
He's still funny sometimes, though.
All right.
You know, the episode is funny. It's some sports dudes that talk on it.
You watching anything else these days?
The Shy is back on. And P Valley's back on.
I was going to ask you about P Valley.
It got a little weird. I had to like chill.
It went from weird to weird.
Like, way past what I signed up for. So I had to like. So I haven't seen past episode 3. I think they're like on episode 7 now.
Oh, you had to pump the brakes. Maybe you'll dive back in now that you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, maybe to finish the season, but yeah, after the season, I'm done. Hopefully, they don't even bring it back.
Where are you at in The Wire, in your summer Wire session?
Season 3, like halfway through season 3.
How's it going?
It's going great. It's The Wire, man. Can't go no wrong with The Wire. But I also started watching a show on Stars again called Survivor's Remorse. I don't know why it wasn't that good. I just get bored and put shit on sometimes.
Oh, alrighty. Well, hey, did you do your homework and pick some music?
Picked an artist by the name of Lecrae.
Okay. How do you spell?
Lecrae. You got a song with Tori Kelly that I like.
Okay.
And,
What kind of music is Lecrae?
So.
Is
like
it
pop, slow, R&B. I don't know. It's a little somewhere in the middle between there, but it ain't like no rap or nothing like that. I'll leave that to you there.
Okay. Well, then, in honor of the David A. Arnold special, his stepfather was one of the founding members of the OJs. So
The OJ.
I'll wrap up Lecrae with the OJs.
There you go, buddy. Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, now that we have a playlist for the week, go ahead and check that out on Spotify if you care to. Also, be sure to check us out and follow us on Instagram. You can follow us at Black Irish Pod. You can follow Mike at Black Irish 213. You can follow myself at Brendallis7. And check us out wherever you podcast each and every week. Be sure to share, do something, rate, review, click a button of some sort in a good fashion. Or if you don't like us, tell us why. I don't care. It's always fun, and it helps us with our algorithm-y stuff if you engage. So won't you engage with us? And as a fun little update to my open mic treachery that I'm trying to trudge through and figure out how to get better, I will be doing an open mic at Miss Robinson's Irish Pub on August 7th. So if you want to come check it out, starts at 8. I just signed up like everybody else. It's not like it's a free show to watch people go bomb and contemplate their life decisions. And then there's a couple of actually decent comedians that come on after everybody that's struggling through life. They come on a little later in the evening. So check that out if you want to. It'll be nice to fill up the house. So anyway, on that note, Mike, be good to yourself. It was good to see your face. You need to cut all of your hair. This is your last warning because I know you're feeling better. Get a haircut, top down.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, the only reason it's not done because I'm not seeing people, man. Unlike anybody else, I'm not going to put anyone at risk.
Well,
So
do it yourself. Get some mirrors.
So that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
But
I know. That's kind of the point.
Everything will be done. I'm back to seeing people this week because I think I'm gonna get a haircut too. So
That's what I'm saying. When you start cutting hair, get it all done.
get all the haircut. Bro.
Exactly.
Get your point.
That's what I was trying to say. When you're
Gotcha.
doing that, do
Pow,
it.
pow, pow, pow.
Hey, don't shoot me down. Did you see that, people? That's why bad stereotypes exist, Mike, because of you. All right, well, go stereotype somebody in a good way. And I love you, Mike. I can't wait to talk to you soon.
Love you too, my God. Be easy,
All right.
man. The rest of
Later,
y'all, have a
everybody.
great day.
Peace.